Hey Chelsea, so I'm going to take you through your website in terms of how to update it in the back end. And what we're going to do is there's a few areas you want to cover. The first one being the home page. So in order to actually get into your website here, you're going to go to when it's live, your website.com/wp-admin. Now once you're there, here's the back end of your website. And we're going to input your username and I'll give all this to you. So T Webster. And this is a very secure password that we use to make sure that people don't actually get into your website. After we enter that, hit login, and you'll be presented with your dashboard. Okay, so this is essentially, it may be very overwhelming, but we can take you through step by step on how to actually go through everything, edit things and whatnot. So what we'll first do is we'll go over the home page here. So all of these elements are editable by you at any given time, and I'll teach you exactly how to do all that, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to come to pages, and then click on either all pages or just hit pages here. And you're going to go to the home page, okay? So you're going to click on home page, and you'll be presented with a consistency in terms of what's being shown here and what's actually on the front end. So if you look at this hero image, this is obviously the hero image as it stands right at the front. Next up we have the intro title and intro paragraph, and these match up exactly to these areas. So it's very easy to change. So for example, if I just put in, for the sake of this, I'll just put the word test in these little span tags here. What these little span tags mean, essentially just changes the color. That's all it does. Okay, so I'll just put test in there. We'll hit update. And once the page updates, you're going to come back and make sure to hit refresh to see the actual change take place. So you'll see that it's completely editable, and that goes for, of course, every area of your website. So we'll just put design back there. Always make sure to hit update. This goes for any page you update on the site. And come back, we hit refresh, and it's back to design. So again, if we come down here, we'll see the intro picture. Now this is actually one picture, and it responds accordingly once you shrink the screen sizes. It goes down and down all the way to mobile. Stays the same. Flexible, but stays the same. And as we come down here, I'll actually cover this in the next video. You don't actually have to touch any of these things at all. Just leave this here. This is what's called a short code, and this short code is powered by a plugin, a testimonial plugin, and it basically fetches the data and it grabs essentially the logo, the text content, and it kind of goes through them, as you can see. So I'll show you how to do that in the next video. Okay. As we scroll down here, we have service 1 picture, we have service 1 title, we have service 1 text, right? So all of this is picture, title, text, and of course the request a workplace assessment button as well. So you can come in and change the link to that if you wanted to go anywhere else. And exactly the same for the next part. So service 2 picture, service 2 title, service 2 text, service 2 button as well, and that of course matches up to this content right here. Again, you can change this at any time. It's very flexible like that, so it's perfect. Now lastly, we have the client's title. So a few of our clients matches up exactly to here. Again, these span tags are HTML code. I wouldn't really worry about those. Make sure that in order to keep this color here, if you ever want to switch out this word, maybe to clientele for example, just keep these span tags in place and put the word clientele or whichever word you'd like to choose within this area. Hit update at the top, refresh the page, and it'll change. Of course, these are the 4 logos on top and the 4 logos on bottom. Again, completely responsive, very flexible, and works great. So that's essentially your homepage content, how to change it at really any point in time. And next up, we will move on to the inner page content. Now, if we just go right back to pages here, and let's select let's see, click on services here. So what you can also do, instead of going back to the back end, clicking on pages, finding services and going in there, once you're logged in your website, you'll have this, you'll notice this bar at the top. So you can actually just come to the services page, for example, and hit edit page, and that's it. So you'll be right here. Now if we just open this up in a new tab, I just want to show you how this works. Similar to a home page, you have the inner banner, the main big banner at the top here. Again, it's completely responsive, and which is great. And then next up, every single page on your website is powered by this grid template. So what this does is it gives you complete flexibility for layout for all your pages. So for example, if we come back to your services page here, we have this full width row. And so how websites work is, they are built in a row, essentially rows and columns. So this is a full width row spanning across the container. This is, again, a row but split into 3 columns, etc., etc. So if we come down here, you have the full flexibility to add another row if you want to. Say we want to do a 2-column row. Hit a 2-column row here. Let's just give a test title here. Let's make it an H2 tag, and this is some text. Okay, and then on the second part of the row, so it would be essentially under here, right? It would be the first, it would be split into 2, so it would be this column and then this column, 2-column row. So this area test, this is some text, would be under the first row, and I'll add a simple image under the next row. So if we just come in here, let's just choose something, choose an icon here, insert into page, and say we want to center it. All we got to do is highlight it here and hit the align center, and that's essentially it. Now you can add bulleted lists, for example. If you want to come here, just click the bullets and option 1, hit enter, option 2, enter, option 3. If you want to create some links, you can simply, doesn't matter if it can be under bulleted, it can be under titles, it can be under text. Just highlight the piece of text, go to insert edit link, and if it's an external page, for example, let's just go to Google. You just copy this, come back in, and paste it in, and then hit apply, and that's it. Now, and this will link right up to Google. Now if you want something where, usually when you link it to an external page, it opens a new tab. So you come in and hit edit again, and go to link options, and simply open link in a new tab. You hit update, and that would be it. Now let's say you want to link to an internal page. So we'll go to option 2 here, again, and go to the insert edit link. And then what we'll do is start typing. So for example, let's link to the facts page. So all you gotta start doing is just type in facts and it'll auto-populate. Select that page, hit apply, and that's it. It's fairly simple. Again, you can do really anything. You can do a 4-column row. It's the exact same process. Just come in, add your content, etc. Let's just add, first column, second column, third column, and fourth column. Oops. Fourth column. Okay, so let's just hit save here. Or sorry, update. And once it's updated, I'll just go back and refresh this page. And as you can see, everything that we have updated in the back end here, so for example, all this kind of stuff here, it's split up into 1 column, 2 columns, so it's a 2-column row. This is a 4-column row, and again, everything's completely responsive, very flexible. It's a very powerful system. So this actually linked out again to Google, and it should open up in a new tab. So when we click on it, it does exactly that. Yeah, and option 2, this link to an inner page. Let's click on here. Same thing, goes to that exact page. So again, it's a very powerful grid system, and this grid system is applied through essentially pretty much all your pages on your site. The ones that they aren't, I'll go through, which are the portfolio specific pages. And so say if you want to maybe drag this 2-column row to be above the full width row, or drag it up and down. All you gotta do is just click and drag. That's really it. And then let it go, and then you're good. Say if you made a new row and you want to delete it, for example, you just like, I just made it by accident or whatever. So just all you got to do is come in here, hit remove layout, and it just gets rid of it. And we're back to where we were. Always make sure to come and hit update. And then once it's updated, hit refresh, and it's all gone. So that's really your grid system in a nutshell. In the next video, we will go on to talk about the actual testimonials and how to kind of work through that.